How's it going, guys? Shark from Drunk Guy Explains. We're here with another Craps Masterclass, How to Learn a System. When learning a system, there's a couple of different aspects that you need to know coming right out the gate. Number one, if you're about to learn a crap system, you should know all the rules that pertain to that system. For instance, a DGE system like myself, I rarely do anything on the inside. Hops, horns, anything, jumpings, doesn't matter, CNEs, all that stuff, I don't particularly play with. So when I'm sitting here doing my tutorials on YouTube, I don't really cover a lot about the inside. Why? My system doesn't play the inside. Versus if your system does play the inside, you need to learn not only the casino's payouts, but also the general system and bankroll that you want to have. Now, when learning a system, a big thing and a big aspect of that is basically understanding the payout structure and the odds with it. So for instance, you notice that on a 6 and 8, you have to pay $6 in units to get paid 7 versus the 5 and 9, which is 5 that pays 7. Now, in saying that, because you know that, you can gauge some of your bets more toward a system that works for probability versus just willy-nilly. For instance, if I was going to tell you, hey, I want you to make a bet on the second most probable number in dice, you'd either bet the 6 and 8 or both at the same time. Because you're now playing to a 5 out of 36 for the 6, 5 out of 36 for the 8. So now you have 10 out of 36 or 5 out of 18 chance of hitting a 6 or an 8 versus the 6 out of 36 for a 7. So understanding those statistics and understanding the probability that hits the 6 and 8 versus the 7 or 5 and 9 or any of the numbers is going to help you not only create a system that you're going to enjoy, but also really help you manage a bankroll and understanding how much bankroll you need to have for a system. Building systems are hard because essentially you have to understand that when you're playing a system, it could just do well that day. And it could do well for 10 sessions, but at the same time, the next 20 sessions could be bad. So an understanding a system is called, hey, maybe have a home table, maybe have an app on your phone, or go on Wizard of Odds and play their computer version of the craps game. Utilizing and practicing a system that you want to develop is one of the key factors in understanding what's happening inside your system, and in the long run, making sure that anything that's going wrong, you can hash out before getting onto an actual casino. I can't tell me how many times that someone's watched a 10-minute video on how to make money in craps, but then the worst case scenario happens, and then they're walking away bankrupt. Why? Because maybe a subject or maybe a theory or maybe a system may do well most of the time, sometimes it doesn't. And if you don't know plan B, C, D, all the way to double Z, then you're going to come into basically a lack of knowledge and lack of information, because anything that can go wrong will go wrong in a craps table, just like anything that can go right will go right also at a craps table as well. So in understanding that, learn how to utilize, number one, statistics, probability, math. Math don't lie. Make sure that you know the math of your system. If you are coming at that system with math, then you're good to go. For instance, the DGE system, my system, a lot of it has to go around with the one roll possibilities. For instance, if you put 64 across on a on a $10 table, you put 64 across on the 4 through the 10 and have it working on the come out roll, there is a exorbitant amount of money, but the chances of you hitting one of those numbers are way better than you hitting a 7, even though the 7 is most likely. Because look at all the numbers you spread. Now, understand that your return isn't going to be as good because you have so much money out there, but understand that I know the math into running all those numbers versus a 7. What is going to happen if another 7 rolls? What's going to happen if I lay a 4 and then someone rolls 5 4s in a row? What's my backup plan? And in knowing that, that helps dictate my bankroll. And also, knowing your bankroll will help dictate when to move for action. If you're waiting for a certain circumstance or a certain instance, and you sit here and wait and wait and wait and then jump on that opportunity and make money, that's amazing. Then you know in your mind, maybe if I have less money walking into the casino, I need to wait a little bit longer. If I have more money, I need to wait a little bit less. It's all about how you manage that bankroll, implementing it with your system. And hopefully, just like me, you check out the DGE system, but if you don't, that's fine. Run your system. Any system that costs the casino money, to me, is the best system. I don't care about people saying, who wants this system or who's the best system? Hey, if it's a system and it works, play it. It's all about money. We're not here trying to make a killing. We're here trying to make a living as a craps player. And in doing so, utilize every tool in your tool belt. If you see a strategy and you like it, take a piece of it. If you like another strategy and you like the way they do that certain instance, take a piece of that. If you like the DGE system, take a piece of it. Or take it all. Who cares? I mean, the whole point of this, guys, is to make money consistently. And hopefully, when you have a good system, you do it consistently. Guys, this is Shark from Junk Guy Explains on how to learn and use the system. Check you guys next time.